Do older movies suck? This one didn't. I'm on a mission to watch movies from the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s, and I decided to bring you all along and turn it into a TikTok series called Older Movie Reviews. Today, we have another recommendation from the comment section, and that is the 1986 drama comedy The Money Pit, starring Tom Hanks and Shelley Long. I have heard of this movie. I have seen this movie around, but I have personally never watched it. Why? I don't know, guys. I just never got around to watching these ones, but I'm very glad that I did. Thank you for the recommendation. Money Pit follows Walter and Anna, who unexpectedly are forced to leave their home. And when they're looking for a new one, they just so happen to find $1 million house at a steal. As the couple discovers that they have been duped, can they handle the disasters of home ownership and home renovation? And I thought this movie was very funny. My husband also thought it was very funny. We enjoyed like the surrealism, we enjoyed the physical comedy. I like how they would like push the boundaries of doing things that were absurd, but it wasn't so absurd that it took me out of the movie. Like, does a construction crew really look like that? No, but also kind of, yeah. I think the acting really lended itself to the comedy. It reminded me of a Will Ferrell quote saying, and I'm paraphrasing, but act like it's real and the comedy will come out through the context. It's funny because it's true. I think Tom and Shelley did a really good job of having these like big reactions, but being very realistic in how you would react in those situations. I thought the commentary and the messaging was really cute. Even though it's not listed as a romance, it was romantic in my opinion. I really don't want to give like too much away in these reviews for people that maybe haven't seen this movie, but they touch a little bit on making fun of like construction, making fun of contractors. There's also a little bit of commentary on the music industry, but mostly it's a commentary on marriage, on relationships, and how to get through the hard times. Again, if you've been through a home renovation, it can get dicey. Cinematography wise, I think they did a really good job. There was some very interesting shots. There's like a shot through the stair banister. There's a shot that's like from the underneath the car. The way that they played with the lighting to make the house very dilapidated and empty. There's a scene where they have the only lighting for the scene is a lamp on the floor and it's casting shadows. They really played with shadows in this movie. Also really enjoyed the coloring in this movie. I'm not sure if it was just an 80s thing or if it was on purpose, but the way that the background would be very bland and then you would have these random dark colors, whether it be a big piece of art in the background or Tom Hanks is wearing a dark sweater, but everything in the back is white. I really thought it just made certain scenes really pop. Another way they really played up the anxiety and overwhelmingness of the movie is in the beginning when they're getting kicked out. They have the people come in very quickly, they're moving around quickly, they're taking things off the wall, and the cuts of the camera are much faster than in other parts of the movie. And then again, the cuts and the movement pick up when they're at their house and it's getting renovated and all of the workers are coming in and they're very stressed out. Once again, that creates that anxiety and overwhelmingness for the audience. Overall, I would give this movie a 3.5 out of 5. And I'm sorry, it's probably the academic trauma, but I'm sure there's not going to be many movies that get a 5 out of 5 for me because that's a perfect movie. It can't all be The Princess Bride. I took off half a star for predictability. I kind of knew exactly where the movie was going. There's like a little twist, but it was incredibly predictable. I'm not sure if that's just because it wasn't a trope yet and I know the trope now, so that could just be a time thing. But again, I am scoring these as someone watching them in 2026, not somebody watching them in the 80s, so my scores are going to be different. And that's okay. We can be different and disagree and all still get along. I've had way too many energy drinks this fall. This was a very funny movie. It was right up my alley. It had physical humor, it had a little bit of dry pan, it had a little bit of surrealism, all different kinds of comedy, but nothing that was too wacky to take me out of the scenes. Acting and the cinematography was well done. Even though it was a comedy, they took it very seriously. The acting was great, the cinematography was great. The sets were insane. The stairs, that whole scene, how many different angles that they got of that scene, very impressive. Commentary and the messaging was very cute. Did it have a couple of ick moments from the 80s? Yeah, but movies nowadays have a couple of ick moments. So unless it's like out of control, it doesn't really deter me from the movie too much. That's my opinion on The Money Pit. What's your opinion on The Money Pit? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see my other reviews, you can find them at hashtag older movie reviews, or you can go check out my page. And as always, I hope you have a great day.